Hey guys, welcome back. So guys, we are continuing our Laravel 8 blog series. So guys, in this video, we are going to start with the post part. Okay. So what post we are going to paste according to our categories. So guys, now let's get started. So first we have to create a table. So I have just listed out the table columns over here. So guys, now let's get back to our code and let me close all the feed. And yep guys, let's go to terminal. And now let's create the table guys. Okay, so php artisan make colon migration where create posts table, hit enter. So guys, let's go to database and migration. Here you find post table at the last. Okay, so our post table is created, and now let's begin with our column fields. So first you can see that category id, name, slug, description. Category id is integer. Let's add category id dollar table of string name, and then slug, and then table of medium text, your description part. Okay, so guys, let me just add all the fields. So guys, I have just completed with all the table fields here, and this yt iframe is a video link. That iframe link we have to paste. For that reason I have given. And then coming to your SEO part over here, meta title, description and keyword, and then finally a status. We want to show or hide the post, so for that reason we are using the status, and this is created by for user who have posted this post. Okay, so guys, now let's save and let's migrate this table. Okay, so hit php artisan migrate, hit enter, and migrate it successfully. So now guys, let's create the model for this post. php artisan make colon model, and the model name is posts. So model created successfully. You can just go inside app models and you find that post model. Okay, done. Now guys, let's assign the table. So protected dollar table is equal to, inside single quote, write the table name, that is posts. Copy and paste. And now guys, coming to column fields. So fillable is equal to, inside array format, you are going to assign all the column fields. So what are the column you have created? You just need to call those columns over here. So guys, let me just paste all the column fields over here. So guys, finally I have pasted all the column fields, done. And now guys, let's create a controller. So php artisan make colon controller where we want to create inside admin folder. Okay, so we have one admin folder. Inside the admin folder / and create the post controller, hit enter. So post controller created successfully. Here is your controller. Perfect. So now guys, let's begin with creating the pages. So first step, let's close all this file and go to our web routes. So route web.php here, and inside admin we are going to create the post routes. So route / get method where posts here, and let's add the path of that controller, your post controller. Let's copy this path namespace / your post controller / class. Let me just zoom it. Okay, / class comma, and go to index function. So let's move to the post controller and create one function named index. All set. Let's return view, and here you're going to, inside admin dot your post folder dot index blade file. So let's create a post folder. Let's move to resource, views, admin, and inside admin, let's create a folder named post, and yep, with the name index.blade.php file. Okay, all set. So now guys, let's include our master layout. So you can just copy this and paste, and the div, and end the section. Done. So yep guys, and now you can just get started with the card design. Card header, h4 tag, where you will tell view post. Okay, and you can just add a tag, add post, design the button, primary, float, end, and this here you have to create a URL. So let's create the URL as admin/add post. Okay, and coming back to card body, D, here your content. Okay, so right now we don't have, so let's see the output for this. So you can find the route post, and yep, so let's change this post. Cool. So you can view post guys, and let's include the margin top, and perfect. So now guys, let's include this URL at this sidebar. So let's go to this sidebar. Okay, so we need to move to master blade. Let's move, and here we have the admin sidebar. Let's move. Done. Let me close. Here is our category. Let's copy this category and paste, and make this as posts, and make this add post, and then your posts view. Okay, let's change this name. So now guys, you need to change this target part. Okay, so you just need to add collapse posts and replace with the ID. That's it. So here you have to change this ID. All done. Let's get back, refresh, and so here we go, post and view post. Cool. And if you go to add post, let's create the route for this. Let's close all this file, go to web.php, create a route. Here we add this add post and go to create function. So let's move to post controller and create a function. So yep, let's copy and paste. All set, and change this file name to create. So let's add this file, create a file inside your post folder, create.blade.php file. Now guys, we need the same design. Let's copy this and paste here. All done. And you can just change the heading to add post, and inside your view also, let's tell view post. Okay, so yep guys, and coming back to create blade file, let's change the title to add post and start creating with the form. All done. So let's begin with form creation. Method is equal to post, and here you begin with margin bottom 3, a label, the category, and you will use select option. So yep, let's change this to form control, and your option you are going to loop here. Okay, so then margin bottom 3, label, here you get the post name. Okay, that input field as text, name attribute, name, and the class will be form hyphen control, done. So yep guys, let me just copy and create all the input fields which we require. Yep. So next will be the slug. So guys, let me finish this and show you the output. Okay, so guys, I have just created all the fields over here, and coming to description part here, I'm using a text area where name is description, then your YouTube iframe link, that is YT iframe, and the SEO tags where you can see meta title, description, and the keyword we have to give. Okay, so just add keyword, and let me just change the place label for it, keyword. All done. And then coming to the status, here you have to just set that checkbox and status. Okay, and then finally a submit button where save post. So guys, now let's see the output of this. Okay, yep, and here we refresh. Perfect. So add post, and here is the data. So guys, for this, inside this category, we have to fetch all the categories which we have added inside this. Okay, so yep, let's get back and go to the post controller at the create function. So dollar category is equal to your category model colon where use get method to get your record. Here where you are using, because you have to check the status. If status is 0, so if you hide over their category, so it should not be visible, right? So for that sake we are adding here, and let's send this variable using compact function. So here your category list comes. So let's go to the create file, and inside your select option, let's loop the data. So for each, here we use categories and cat item. Now you can just take that and open, close, and curly brace dollar cat item of name we want to show, and we have to store its ID. So you can just copy this and store the ID of that category. ID done. Let's paste here. All set. So now guys, let's check the output for this. Refresh. Category not found. Let's get back to our controller and import the category, guys. So import class. Here your class is imported. Now let's refresh once again. Cool. So you can see PHP Laravel code igniter. All set. Let's get back to the category view, and category underscore ID, you have to give the name for it. So now guys, let's submit this post. So URL where admin / add hyphen post. Okay, the same URL you are going to copy. All set. So same URL will paste and send the CSRF token. Now guys, let's create a route with the post method. All done. Let's go to web.php and just copy and paste this route. Here instead of get, we have to make it to post, the same URL, and the prefix admin is already added. So let's go to the post controller at store function. So let's move to post controller and create a store function, public function, store function. And now guys, let's get all the requests. So request of $request. Here you get all your requests. Now before getting the request, we have to do the validation, like your all the input fields are entered or not, which is mandatory, which is not mandatory. So that validation we'll be doing using form request. Okay, so here I see that checkbox is not clear. Let's see that checkbox. Let's remove this class. Okay, perfect. So our checkbox is working fine. So guys, now let's get back and start with form request validation. So here we are going to create post form request. Okay, so open your terminal, php artisan make colon request, where your request should be created inside admin folder, as we are following that from beginning. So request inside admin folder, I have created the category form request. So now inside admin folder, let's create a post form request. Hit enter. So request created successfully, and you find that post form request is done. Yep guys, let me close this terminal and let's begin with setting up the form request validation. So yep, dollar rules is equal to and return dollar rules. All set. Now guys, let's call the path. So first, what should be category ID? So category underscore ID. So these fields are nothing but your form blade fields. Okay, I mean the input field values. So let's divide this page and just add that. It's required and it's integer value. Okay, so same process, copy and paste, and the next column is name. It's required and it's a string values. So let's copy this, paste here. Next move with slug. It's required and it's a string. So next, coming to description part, you're going to add description and it's just required, and just leave that blank. Okay, so copy, paste. Next field is yt iframe and it's a string value and it's not mandatory. So let's give nullable. The next field is meta title. Meta title is mandatory. So let's give required, and then your keyword description. It's not mandatory, nullable. And then finally keyword, and then finally a status. Okay, so let's take the status and print that. So status also be going to be a nullable, and let's remove this. So guys, our form validation is done for this. So yep, let me close this file, and now let's get back to our controller. Here you get your form request validation, and let's import its class first. Okay, so here I have imported the path. All set. Let's create a variable called data is equal to your dollar request. Okay, so what all your request you're getting, you should get all the validated data. Okay, all set. And after this validated data, you are going to store inside your database. So let's create a variable called post is equal to new your post model. So this post, make sure you're importing the class. Okay, not imported. Let's import the class of it. All done. So here is your post model, and let's call your database column field name is equal to dollar your requested data of what name. Okay, I mean your these fields, category ID, name, slug. So we are beginning with category ID first. Yep, let me copy and paste. So guys, let me just add all the fields over here. So yep guys, I have just pasted all the fields, and coming back to the status part, we will just directly take the request. Okay, so double equal to true. If this checkbox is checked from blade file, then you are going to tell one, else 0. All set. So now guys, let's save this and return redirect with the message as post added successfully. All done. Here, when you return and redirect, where you want to redirect back to the post view, okay, at this view post. So let's copy the path, post view. So guys, now let's go back to our create blade file to show if the data is not validated. Okay, so all the errors should be displayed, right? So you can just copy from your previous file from category create, and here is a code. Let me just copy this and paste in our post. So this is for showing all the errors. Okay, so now you can get back to your controller and you can see that post added successfully. You want to show this message on post view. So let's go to its index file, add if condition over here. So let's take the code and paste from its category view. Okay, so we have already done. So let's take this, copy and paste here. So let's paste inside the body itself, not at the header part. Let me just take out the space. All done. So now guys, let's test it. Okay, let's go to post, add post. Yep. So I'm going to add a post for PHP. The post name will be and the same copy and paste for the slug. So right now we are going to give a valid slug. Yep. You can just copy and paste the description. We'll be adding a summer note for this. Like it should be like an editor, so you can post a post correctly. Okay, and here this YouTube iframe link we don't require. So right now we are going to keep nullable. So let's check that is it nullable or not. Iframe is nullable. Okay, so not an issue. And coming back to SEO, tag meta title, description keyword same we are going to keep and done. So let's click on save post. Okay, we are facing an error. Created by doesn't have default value. Okay, so let's created by add that also. So let's go to our post controller and after the status, let's add this. Okay, we have missed out auth colon user of ID. Okay, and imports is auth class. All set. So you can find that auth is imported. Done. Let's save. And now guys, just control R and confirm the form resubmission. Let's see. Again, there's a frame. Okay, iframe cannot be null. Oh, we have just missed that. Let me just show you. Database migration, and inside the post table we have not given that it's nullable. So let's add that nullable over here, nullable function. So what are the fields we want to be keep as nullable? The keyword, description, and the status should be by default a 0. Okay, so it should be by default 0. All done. So now guys, let's remigrate this table. Okay, so php artisan migrate colon rollback. So let's roll back the table. So we have roll back the post table and now let's migrate the table again. So php artisan migrate, hit enter. So the table is migrated guys, and now let's get back and let's resubmit, and here our data saves. Perfect. So post added successfully. You can, let's go to our browser, I mean database. Let's refresh, and here is our post table. So let's open the post. Cool. So you can see the data is added. So now guys, let's fetch this post in our post view page. So let's get back. Okay, let me close the files, and here is our index plate file. Perfect. So post of index. So yep, let's begin with creating the table, where you can add that table as table bordered. All set. So table head, table row, table heading, and here we add ID, the post name, and one status. That's it. Okay. So yep guys, and now let's table body, table row, table data, and now you have to get a for each loop. So here you just need to add posts and the post of items, and paste the for each. All set. So now guys, let's get this item of your ID, and now this post variable is getting from your controller at index function. So let's add that post is equal to your post model : all function. All set. So here let's add a compact function and send the variable called posts, and this post you're going to this page and pasting here and looping that data. So post of ID, the post name. All done. And now let's not state, it's a status. Here we check with the status. Status is equal to, if it's 1, you have to show as hidden, else visible. If it's 0 means visible guys. So now let's save, and now let's check the output. Refresh. Cool. So you can see the data guys. So now this post belongs to which category? We don't know. So let me just show you over here itself. So you can just add a code like category, and you have to give a relationship. So you need to go to your post model, app model, and here is a post.php. So here let's create a function, public function, where category, open and close, and here let's return $this belongs to. Okay, belongs to. Here you're going to check with the category. So let's add category model : class where your foreign key and the primary key. So the category is primary key is over here, and the foreign key is here in the post table. All set, and make sure you're importing its class. So let's import the class. All done, imported. So now let's get back to our blade file, and here let's tell the category, I mean this function name. So you have to copy this category function, just paste that, and from that category table you're going to call that field name called as name. Okay, so let's save, and you can just check the output. Refresh. Perfect. So here you get your PHP category, so which belongs in your, let me just open in new tab. So here is a PHP, and that PHP comes over here. So guys, in this video that's it, and let's continue in next video about the edit and delete option. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and share.